is Finish Line.
All About Wraps strives to offer our clients with fast, affordable service with race wraps starting at only $500. From go-karts to national touring teams and everything in between. Late models, modifieds, sprint cars, midgets, asphalt cars, and we'll even decal your helmets. Wraps, design services, and promotions. Everything we offer at All About Wraps. Contact us today to see what we can do for your team. Give us a call, 410-903-3302. Email us at allaboutraps@hotmail.com and visit us on Facebook at All About Wraps.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
The Speed 51 Video Network live races, highlights, interviews, features, and more. You want it? The Speed 51 Video Network has it. Just $7.99 per month or $69.99 per year.
You gotta be kidding me! There's total chaos! What a wild finish! Oh my goodness!
Become a member of the Speed 51 Video Network today at speed51.com.
Yeah!
This is Finish Line. Undisputed, unrealistic, unscripted, and unrehearsed. This is Finish Line, a weekly podcast talking about the positive and negative of motorsports, asking the questions to drivers, promoters, and personalities, getting the information and responses of the sport others dare not to ask or even discuss. This is Finish Line. This radio podcast is from the heart, an in-depth analysis of everything in NASCAR, NHRA, IHRA, IndyCar, grassroots motorsports, asphalt, dirt, drag racing, karting, tractor pulling, boat racing, demolition derbies, and much more. From touring events to national, regional, weekly, and more. This is the podcast where the bull stops here. Whether it's asphalt, dirt, or drag racing, or anything else in life, there is always a finish line. Now, he's a respected veteran broadcaster with over 20-plus years' experience calling all forms of sports for public address, TV, and radio, from NASCAR to the grassroots. Please welcome your host, Wesley Outland. This is Finish Line.
Well, good morning. Wednesday, April 24th, 2019. Welcome to another edition of Finish Line, podcast number 11. Hope you've all been having a good start to your week so far. Had a good Easter holiday with your family. Wesley Outland with you, Fox Sports Radio, Community Radio Network, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, iTunes, and Spreaker now as well. All of our available downloads of the podcast. Today we take a trip down memory lane. Got a lot of great things happening in the world of motorsports. For what was raced in motorsports this past weekend. Of course, it was pretty much a total washout in a lot of places, a lot of marquee events. We got a great show for you here for the next hour and a half or so. Calling it the first segment of the history in motorsports. I just want to embellish on this real quickly because I think we have so many race fans of today's generation, today's millennials. They don't know the history of racing. If you took the time to know the history of racing and where things come from, I think you have a more broadened respect of what is motorsports. And no, we're not going to take a trip down the road of NASCAR. Might pop in a couple of segments about that. But I want to talk about some series sanctioning bodies that are still in fruition since their creation. A little bit changed up on some things. Change is good. Change is positive. Sometimes you got to do change. Now, I do believe in that cliche of you don't rock the boat unless it needs to be unless it needs to be shook. I do believe in that cliche. But with that being said, the two guests that I have lined up here on the show, I think have got a great story. We're going to let them tell their story on the program for this edition of our podcast Finish Line. And that is not only a man that I've worked for almost a decade, for Fast Track Companies International, Mr. Stan Lester, from being a racer himself, a car owner himself, a man behind go-karts, and then the Southern All-Star Truck Series in the Florida, Alabama, Georgia area, to then becoming a promoter himself of creating Fast Track Companies International, which started with just 5 cars, the first race ever at Winder Barrow Speedway in Georgia in April of 2004. And now it has culminated 16 consecutive years later into having Fast Track Racing Series National Tour, Fast Track Weekly Tracks program, the Fast Track Future Stars Cup, that's a new program, the Ultimate Super Late Model Series Southeast, which is in their 9th consecutive year since its inception of being created in 2010 or 2011. You have also the Ultimate Northeast, the Ultimate Mid-Ohio Valley, the Ultimate Battle of the Bluegrass, now known as the Heart of America, the Ultimate Deep South Series. The man has done phenomenal things in the world of motorsports. So Stan Lester will be joining us up first on the podcast in just mere moments, as a matter of fact. In addition to that, at 11:50, we are going to be going to the phone lines, and we're going to speak for about a 45-minute conversation with Joe Schmaling. He is the man that resurrected what was... Well, okay, let's face facts here, okay? We were talking about the Cars Tour a couple of weeks ago, and he kind of was the man that kept the Cars program factor of the Cars program of today going before changing it over, or the Pro Cup program, until what it became now with the Cars Tour for late model stocks and super late models. But Joe Schmaling decided to take the concept of what was the old 2000s of the Pro Cup cars, the old ARCA cars, the old Busch Series cars from back in the 90s. And instead of making it where they're dormant and do not have a place to race, he has turned it into an infrastructure